Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. And welcome back to those of you who are a regular part of our mindfulness community and meditation group. And a warm welcome to anyone who's new and are joining us for the first time. And for anyone who is new, just a little bit about ourselves. It really is our mission to help people become more resilient and live better lives through the programs that we offer. And we offer these free weekly meditations every Wednesday with a changing monthly theme to really help begin to build our internal resources and also as a support for your ongoing practice. So I hope you'll continue to join us and our meditation community. So our current theme is all about the fall. We are monitoring the chat, so if you have any questions or would like to make a comment, please feel free to do so. And then lastly, before we begin, just to let you know that we do record these meditations so that anyone who misses them can watch them on our YouTube channel, but also know that only the meditation teacher is recorded. So this week, our theme is cool autumn nights. So we will explore the mystery of cool autumn nights and discover the enchantment of being with the unknown, accepting whatever is here before us because it's already here. And a quote by Raquel Franco, "And the sun took a step back. The leaves lulled themselves to sleep and autumn was awakened." So many of you may already know this, but today is the fall equinox. And at exactly 3:21 today, it's the official end to summer and fall begins. So the September equinox is the moment that the sun crosses an imaginary line in the sky above the Earth's equator from north to south. And in most locations, we will experience equal daylight and darkness. And the term equinox actually comes from the Latin words equus, meaning equal, and nox, meaning night. And then after today, the nights begin to get longer as we move further into the fall. So with these autumn evenings, there's a chill in the air. The leaves are floating gently in the darkness, or they're beginning to, creating shadows. And there's a certain mystique to a cool autumn night. As the days become shorter, the nights become longer, dusk comes early, and it's filled with kind of a mystery, maybe even a hint of nostalgia or even melancholy. But here is where our perception is important, right? Are we viewing the glass half full? Are we welcoming and seeing the beauty? Or is it half empty and resisting the change of the seasons? You know, some of us love the fall, but others don't. And if we're the ones who don't love this changing of the seasons, can we simply allow things to be just as they are? Right? So it means accepting the impending cold weather and all that it represents rather than resisting it. It equates to welcoming the winter of our lives rather than lamenting the passage of time. So sometimes things don't go as planned and are out of our control. You know, how we view it, well, can we view it as the mystery of life? And can we view it through the lens of common humanity, right? We aren't alone in the cycles of life, the cycles of change. And this recognition can really allow us to be more accepting, which does make space for greater ease. So resisting, on the other hand, brings pain and struggle and suffering. So can we view change, any change, as the beauty of life, right? Seeing how it will unfold with a sense of awe and wonder, perhaps, and really viewing the mystery in the unknown. So being present can allow us to be with this unfolding of life moment by moment and be in the mystery of it, not knowing what's next, but accepting rather than resisting our experience. And acceptance means seeing things as they actually are instead of denying or resisting what is already here. And in mindfulness practice, we cultivate a sense of kindness and curiosity to whatever arises. and we're receptive to what we are feeling, right? Human emotion is just a natural part of life. So we're accepting or receptive to what we're feeling, thinking, or seeing because it's already here and it's a part of the human experience. As John Kabat-Zinn says, acceptance does not mean resignation or inaction, but it is a place to move forward from, right? So now we're going to move into the formal part of our meditation. So please feel free to make yourselves comfortable, make any adjustments to your posture, even laying down if that's what's right for you in this moment and most supportive. Right. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes or soften the gaze. And then just settling into this moment, settling into the seat that you're sitting in. Maybe having a sense of arrival in the actual space that you're in and in the seat that you're sitting in. And then your own body, having a sense of arriving at your own door. And if it's helpful, using contact points as a way of grounding into the body and grounding into the moment. So maybe feeling the soles of the feet on the floor or inside your shoes. And perhaps feeling your sits bones on the chair that you're sitting in, making contact with the cushion. And then maybe even noticing your hands and how they are positioned. Maybe one is held within the other, or perhaps your hands are on your thighs, or just resting in your lap. Maybe feeling coolness of the touch of clothing or the air around you. So just being aware of what it feels like to be sitting here and knowing that you are sitting here in this moment. And as you're sitting here, perhaps allowing yourself to feel the support of the chair, the support of your own body, the support of the earth below. Maybe even touching into the idea that we're all sitting on this one seat. We share this earth. So perhaps envisioning your fellow meditators sitting on the same earth that you're sitting on. And that in truth, we have so much in common with our fellow man. And now, as you're ready, I'm going to invite you to turn your attention to the breath. So not striving to find it, just gently leaning into the movement of the breath. Maybe noticing the gentle rocking motion of the body with each inhalation and each exhalation. So just being with the breath, riding the waves of your own breath cycle, not needing to change it in any way, but just following along. and being with your own breath as you would a good friend, a steady companion. And if in any moment it doesn't feel right for you to be following along with the breath, then tuning into the sounds in your environment, whether they're external sounds or internal sounds, but just anchoring into the body and into this moment through the senses. But if you are following along with the breath, perhaps noticing where you may be feeling it most prominently in the body, whether it's the rise and fall of the belly with each inhalation and exhalation, or perhaps for you in this moment, it's that sensation of the rib cage expanding on the inhalation, and maybe that very subtle perception of the lungs deflating on the exhalation. Or perhaps it's a coolness at the back of the throat, feeling the air coming in, cool on the in breath, maybe a little bit warm on the out breath, sensing some moisture as it passes through the nostrils and across the upper lip. And maybe even tuning into, how is the breath in this moment? Is it easy? Is it labored? Is it long? Is it short? Thin or full? And now, as you're ready, the invitation is to think about a struggle that you have been having recently. Think of a situation in your life that is difficult right now, that's causing you a little bit of stress, such as a health problem or a problem within an important relationship or a work problem. But choosing a struggle that is maybe 2 or 3 on the scale of 1 to 10 in difficulty. So nothing too terribly difficult, but think about a struggle that you're having right now. And several may be arising, but taking a moment to kind of see which one feels right in this moment to perhaps turn some attention towards. And then settling on one. And asking yourself, can I simply hold in awareness what's arising? Just making space for whatever thoughts, feelings, and emotions that arise. Perhaps labeling the emotion or emotions that are arising. Frustration, sadness, anger, hopelessness, So, whatever emotions are arising with this difficulty, but maybe for you, it's more of a sense of resolve to take action. Tuning in for a moment, how does it feel just to acknowledge your feelings? Can you make some space and hold these feelings with gentleness, with kindness, a bit of spaciousness? To simply let them be. What is it like to be with the difficulty, with the emotions that accompany this difficulty without any kind of judgment? Is that possible in this moment, just for now? Softening around this situation. Perhaps tuning in to the physical, to the body, allowing yourself to perhaps identify a place in the body where you can feel any physical sensations as a result of this difficulty, these emotions. And can you name them? Maybe there's one, maybe there's more. Perhaps it's a tightness in the jaw, the neck and shoulders. Maybe it's a band across the forehead or a pit in the stomach, or some kind of tension elsewhere. Just taking a moment to scan the body, tuning into any physical sensations that might be making themselves known. And in this moment, can you draw a circle of awareness around this physical sensation, one or more? But perhaps settling on one of them if there are more, and just creating a little bit of space around it with your awareness. And maybe even bringing a kind and curious attention to the area. And if it's possible, exploring what's here with some curiosity and kind attention and no judgment, if just for now. And if it's possible to turn your attention and hold these physical sensations or physical sensation in your awareness, what do you notice? Is the sensation large or small? Maybe it has a shape, round or jagged, a texture, prickly, sharp. Maybe it has a color. We're just exploring what is here now, making room for it to be just as it is, if that's possible. And if not, that's okay too. And then after the next breath, can you check back in with the feelings and sensations and notice, is it the same? Has there been a shift? Has it softened? Has it intensified? And if the experience hasn't softened or shifted at all, perhaps we can bring some self compassion to the experience. So, regardless of how it is right now, I invite you to allow yourself to see, hear, and feel your way back into the problem to the extent that you experience the uneasiness in your body. And where do you feel it most? And then just making contact once again with this discomfort that you feel in the body. Now, this time, saying to yourself slowly and clearly, oh, this is tough. This is a moment of struggle. This is a moment of suffering. Or maybe for you, the words are, ouch, or this hurts. This doesn't feel good. And now, next, I'm going to invite you to say to yourself again, slowly and clearly, struggling or difficulty is a part of living. And that's common humanity. Others have experienced similar feelings or situations. And in this moment, finding words that resonate with you. Perhaps it's, oh, I'm not alone. Or me too. Or others would feel a lot like me in this situation. Right? Can we remember that struggling, that difficulty is universal? It's part of the human experience. And now I'm going to invite you to place a hand over the heart, or two hands over the chest, or one over the chest and the other on the belly, wherever it feels right for you. And if it doesn't feel right for you to place a hand on any part of your body, then that's fine too. But if it's possible, placing a hand and offering yourself a supportive touch. Right? So finding some place that feels supportive. Could even be the cheeks. Giving yourself a little bit of a squeeze. But feeling the warmth of your own hands. Feeling the support of your own touch. And just finding words that resonate with you. May I give myself what I need? May I be kind to myself. And offering yourself self-kindness. And perhaps you may also ask yourself, what do I need right now? Do I need a soft yin quality? And the language might be, may I accept myself just as I am? Or maybe for you right now, it's more of a fierce compassion, yang language. No, I will not allow myself to be treated this way. Or may I have the courage and strength to make a change? And if you're having difficulty finding the right words, just taking a moment to imagine that a dear friend or loved one is having the same problem as you. And what would you say to this person heart to heart without giving advice? If your friend were to hold just a few of your words in their mind, what would you like them to be? What is the message that you would like to deliver? And now, can you offer the same message to yourself? Try those words on for size. And now just taking a moment to reflect on this self-compassion practice. And this was what we call a self-compassion break. And how we can use it in our lives, knowing we can use this practice in just a few minutes. Just saying a kind word to ourselves, just placing a hand and giving ourselves a soothing and supportive touch. It can be done in moments. And in mindfulness, we can be present to all of our experiences. We can begin to view them through a lens of mystery and be with our unfolding moment to moment experience with a sense of openness and awe, even the challenging moments. And now releasing this practice and just resting in your own experience, just as it is and just as you are. As I finish with a poem by Robert Frost, Acceptance. When the spent sun throws up its rays on cloud and goes down burning into the gulf below, no voice in nature is heard to cry aloud at what has happened. Birds at least must know. It is the change to darkness in the sky, murmuring something quiet in her breast. One bird begins to close a faded eye or overtaken too far from his nest. Hurrying low above the grove, some waif swoops just in time to his remembered tree. At most he thinks or twitters softly, safe. Now let the night be dark for all of me. Let the night be too dark for me to see. Into the future, let what will be, be. That was Acceptance by Robert Frost. All right, everyone, thank you very much. If your eyes were closed, you can open them now. And I want to thank you all for your practice today. My invitation for the week is just to take a moment to appreciate the mystery of a cool autumn night, the mystery of life itself, right? And can you bring this kind of appreciation to all the moments of your life and all experiences by bringing a more balanced approach to the experience of life? So 2 announcements. Tomorrow night is the orientation for our 8-week MBSR course, which begins October 7th. And our 8-week mindful self-compassion course begins October 2nd. And once again, thank you all and have a wonderful week. I hope to see you soon. Bye, everyone.